Why are you guys so mean to me? It's not nice. Got him! Got him! How you late? You guys are bullies, and I'll tell you why. There should be no enjoyment that you receive from trolling me forever. Like, seriously. You guys, you need to see a doctor. Because, like, you shouldn't derive enjoyment. You, like, I don't know. That's sadism. There you go. That's sadism, man. You should see a doctor. Yeah. You should tell yourself that. You know, I just... Excuse me for living. God, potato head. Ugh. Ugh! Okay, so I found this video. I saw it on YouTube. And I thought we could watch it. And then we can, figure out what the shit happened yesterday. Yesterday, we played a game, and the game is called Inside, and it's by the makers of Limbo. And not only did we play it for the first time, we played the entire game. We finished it. We started it. We finished it. We persevered, which is a virtue. I'm very, very proud of us. However, I didn't know what the shit was happening most of the time. And I would like to know the lore. There is a person on the internet. He said that he knows the lore, so let's find out. If anyone knows the lore and shit, don't say anything, you spoily. If anyone spoilies, you get kicked. So there. The game was weird. I'm very curious, mostly, I'd say, more so than the testicle monster. But, the Little Mermaid girl, like, what was that situation? What? I was a testicle monster, just like in all my dreams. I mean, what? Walking nutsack. I mean, it was walking at times. Let's play this bitch. I'm very interested. Let us find out. Oh god, that's loud. Is that a cat with multiple arms? I'm scared.
I've seen some quiet and creepy games before, but nothing has been as purposely vague and recently demanded as the new 3D side-scroller, Inside.
Inside.
I'll be honest, the request for an explanation of this game kind of came out of nowhere all at once, but I enjoyed following through on the lead for sure. An easy purchase on Steam or Xbox One, Inside is an indie game by Playdead Studios that opens with a noticeably different atmosphere than most. Very quiet, with no real instruction than to press any button to begin. No introduction follows to present your main character, and nothing is provided in terms of instruction. It's up to you to figure out what you're doing with no help provided by the game's developers, and this keeps up throughout the entire experience. If you want to make progress, it's up...
I might go with a different video. Yeah, I'm not... The cadence is a bitch... A bitch. The cadence is a bit much. Yeah... Yeah... That's fine. Don't really care for that. Let's try again. Oh. What? He talks about horror stuff and he tries hard to sound creepy. I mean, I don't... Was that his voice or was it TTS? If Limbo or anything to go by, this vid would... Oh no, that's us. It's his voice, TTS. His voice. Oh. Alright. You know, everyone's phone voice, everyone's, like, your professional voice can sound much different than you. Like me, when I go on my ranting and stuff, or when I'm really focused. We all have different voices. Do 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 do. Alright. Let me see. Pretty much a grandpa in this sense where it's like, I have a headache. Did you drink any water today? I have a stomach ache. Did you drink any water today? I feel really tired. Did you drink any water today? I have a bicycle shoved up my ass. Well, did you drink any water today? You did? Okay, then maybe go to the hospital. I need to practice what I preach, because remember we had to go to a virtual doctor because I got sick? Remember I kept falling down? And semi-passing out, I wasn't downloading enough water. And we learned that the hard way. And then, when I did, it stopped happening, which means I was cursed by a witch. And then the spell expired, clearly, because hexes don't last forever.
Yeah. An egg with a wire?
Yep, I was wrong.
Actually,
That's...
no, there was no wire.
Okay.
You just keep going. It was wireless.
Stop!
You're so cute.
Anyway,
They're so cute. Yeah. Hi. You what? I'm bleeding out profusely. Did you drink any water? No, that's probably why. Second time's a charm. Hell yeah. Ow. Alright, let's see what we're working.
Hey guys, Super Horror Bro Mike here, and in today's video we
Alright,
dive into
I
the
got it.
world of Inside to try and unlock the meaning behind its abstract and ambiguous story. For those who don't know, Inside
better,
is a
Kaden.
side-scrolling game from developer Playdead, who previously
Playdead.
made the critically acclaimed Limbo,
Limbo.
a game with a similar tone and style that also left
Zentreya! Zentreya! Oh my god, we got a raid. Hello! Zentreya, good day to you. Oh my goodness, hi! We were talking about you earlier. Hi. Hi, Zent's family. We're learning about the lore of Inside. I played it yesterday. It's a spooky game, and it's by the makers of Limbo. I wanted to know what the hell was going on with the game that I played through yesterday. It was very confusing. Hi! Welcome, everyone. Safar Avery, thank you for subbing to tier 2. Oh my goodness. 7 months, man. Ah! Oh. Thank you, Zen. So nice. Oh. Thank you, Greg, for 1,000 bits. And Ghost of Alex for $3.33. I'm glad you're home from work and are happy. That's good. Hi, welcome. She beat it, so proud. Thank you for being proud of me. I'm gonna cry. Stop it. Thank you. GG Mel. So being proud. I must stop it. Mel beat a spooky game in one stream. That's because I'm a genius. Yep. I'm a genius. Shut up! We're watching I'll start it from here. Okay. Welcome! Ah.
Hey guys, Super Horror Bro Mike here,
Hi,
and in
Super
today's
Horror
video
Boy.
we dive into the world of Inside to try
I
and
hope this
unlock
horror
the
boy
meaning
knows
behind its
exactly what he's talking
abstract
about,
and
'cause I'm
ambiguous
interested.
story. For those who don't know, Inside is a side-scrolling game from developer Playdead, who previously made the critically acclaimed Limbo, a game with a similar tone and style that also left many players scratching their heads as the credits rolled.
But I
It
like
challenges
Limbo.
players with a combination of platforming and puzzle solving, all to the backdrop of a depressing dystopia where mankind has seemingly enslaved the lower classes for radical human experimentation. Or at least that's one theory. This is, as previously mentioned, a game that leaves its story up to the interpretation of the player.
I hate ambiguity!
Inside's story begins with a young boy emerging from his hiding spot within a bush as he makes his way through a forest full of masked watchmen who seem to be rounding people up and taking them away in trucks. As the
guess
boy
they are
sneaks
taking them
deeper into the
away.
woodland, he is chased by these watchmen and their dogs.
Melody in Portugal means honey? That's so cool. Portuguese.
It's clear they have no regard for his well-being and are looking to prevent him from escape at any
It's true.
cost. As the boy makes his way out of the forest and across nearby farmland, he encounters many strange sights, such
It's
as
true,
this
that pig thing
which
was
seems to
weird.
have been implanted with a worm-like creature,
Yeah.
sending it into a violent frenzy. It
Yeah, there
seems
was-
the
yeah.
ominous government
worm-ass
researchers
boy.
have ravaged this land and committed vile atrocities not only to its people, but also their livestock. The boy soon happens upon a helmet-like device, and once he links up to this, he is able to control other people in the vicinity.
Correct.
These people seem docile and unable to move or function for themselves anymore, only doing so when control over their bodies is activated. This can be seen in
pretty
detail when the
spooky.
boy reaches the chilling remnants of an abandoned town, now used
Mel
as a
means
security
honey,
checkpoint
Melodia means
run
Melody.
by this
Ah!
sinister organisation. It seems this town is where these mind control victims are processed and readied for experimentation at a later date. From here on, things grow increasingly weird and at times downright terrifying and grotesque. We manage to board an underwater pod, which the boy uses to access a beach inside enemy territory and gain access to the organization's private lab, where these
Yeah.
human experimentations take place. Along the way, he encounters the most unnerving of these human experiments, the Siren, a young girl who is able to breathe underwater and attempts to latch onto anything living that falls below its surface. Roughly halfway through the game, the boy falls prey to one of these siren-like creatures and is drowned in a shocking twist of events.
True, I thought the game was over forever. To the depths you go! That was really awkward.
However, the siren implants his body with a glowing device, which seems to resurrect him and allow this hapless child to breathe underwater and also control the other human experiments without the need for one of those terribly unfashionable helmets. After navigating through the flooded wings of the laboratory, the boy discovers further signs of human experimentation, this time in zero-gravity underwater
Actually-
chambers.
I didn't really notice that before. So like, all these people in the Upside Down, they have that head helmet that he wears to control things. So why are all these dead people who did the same thing as him, like they connected, maybe they all went through the same thing, trying to escape? Maybe they were testing the control, I don't know, what? These would all be controllers just like him. They look like they're being used as batteries. I wonder if they're all clones of the same. Well, no, because then there's female-bodied ones as well. Beta testers. If you use that head device too much, does it wire your brain, like, get burnt out? Some of them look like they have mutations on them. True. Like this body? What the hell is happening there?
Of human experimentation, this time in
That one doesn't even have a
zero-gravity
head.
underwater chambers.
I don't even know what the hell that. Look at that. Do you see that head?
He reaches a large group of researchers and scientists gathered around an aquarium. After finding a way inside this enclosure, we are met with a disturbing sight, a mass of human body parts known as the huddle. After freeing this human blob from its mind control devices,
Those little blurgs on that. That's the helmet for controlling. So why is there 4 on that? Were those bodies like fused together? I mean, clearly it's a bunch of bodies fused together, but I don't...
the boy is swallowed up by the now sentient being, which proceeds to break free of its underwater prison and smash its way through the lab like a human wrecking ball.
Literal wrecking ball. That's what we did yesterday.
A ton of destruction and several squish scientists later, the huddle manages to escape the facility, whereafter it careens down a mountainside and then lands next to the ocean on a beach as the sun sets. Or perhaps rises, which could in itself signify the new life this creature has gained from its escape, or its death after being unplugged from the machine and enduring
we
such a
couldn't
colossal
tell.
fall.
He looks
This
like he
part
was
isn't so
sunbathing. We
important.
couldn't tell.
The real question is, what the heck just happened, and what does it all mean? Inside has confounded players for years, but there are a few theories which do explain events to some degree. So with the
Please.
story now covered, let's take a look at its meaning.
The meaning of Inside. 2 possible
As
theories.
previously mentioned, one of Inside's main focal points is mind control.
Yes.
By wearing that strange helmet, the boy was able to control humans conditioned to be susceptible to such control. In fact, creating humans that could be controlled remotely, removing their free choice and humanity, seems to be this creepy organization's MO. With that in mind, it is logical to conclude that
secret
while on
ending?
the surface it seems this boy is making his own choices and in control of his own destiny, he may himself have been controlled by an unseen force this entire time.
Oh my
After
god, I
all,
didn't
why
think
is
about
such a
that.
young boy sneaking into one of the most dangerous places on the planet?
True, there's
Especially
a
after
lot of
having seen what
bravery.
happens to those who end up there. And why would he then try to free the huddle? I mean, surely you'd do anything not to
goddamn,
swim
that's
in the
true.
same space as something like that, right? Unless
They're
it was
absolutely
the huddle
right.
mind controlling the boy this entire time.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Because what we're doing going around, like, he's figuring it out relatively quickly. At least we're supposed to. Putting on the helmet, controlling the people to, like, he's going a very specific direction. He's pulling down certain doors. He's going a direction. There is some, he is purposeful, and we just assumed it was just a kid trying to escape like a bad area. But it was so purposeful, as if they'd seen this path before. I think the ball sack was controlling, okay, maybe they're growing people, and some of them don't grow right in like vats and tubules. And so, yeah, they use their head things cumulatively, like together, to control one of the mindless bodies to break them out. That would make so much sense. So it wasn't a little kid in a bad situation. It was a bunch of bodies that wanted to be set free. Wow.
After all, the plugs we removed from its body are very reminiscent of the one connected to us by the siren, a device that allowed the boy to control people at will. It therefore seems likely that the huddle acts as a giant hive mind, connected up to all other human experiments out there and able to control them at will. In this case, choosing a young boy to come and free it from its underwater prison, and allowing it to finally escape. However, there are a few contradictions to this particular theory. The first being that after escaping its enclosure, the scientists seem to aid and encourage the huddle in its escape.
Yeah, it was weird because see, I was even mentioning to you guys, like, it's weird that he was helping and then throws it back down to them. Yeah, I thought that was weird. I commented about it.
Secondly, they don't seem to attack or even apprehend the boy when he begins making his way inside the aquarium. The boy faced many dangers and challenges to get here,
They were
and
shooting
suddenly
him on the
security is
outside.
relaxed and no one seems bothered about stopping him anymore.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
very
Finally, a
weird.
secret ending can be achieved if we locate all of the glowing orbs from around the game world and deactivate them.
I see. You're right, there is a secret ending.
After doing this, when replaying the farmland chapter, a hidden trapdoor can be discovered in the cornfield. Accessing this area leads to an underground bunker with a lever, and if we move this lever in a specific order, it opens the sealed door beside it. If you want to find the secret for yourself, the order is on screen
right,
now.
left, right.
After a
Right,
long
up,
stroll
up,
through a
up,
very
right, left,
narrow
left, left.
tunnel in complete darkness, we emerge in an eerie room with a computer set up at the back. This computer has many surveillance screens hooked up to it, as well as one of those mind control helmets. If we cut the power to this control station, then the following cutscene plays.
He doesn't die.
As you can see, the boy slumps down in the same dormant state as those other human experiments, the ones we
Yes.
took control of ourselves throughout the game. So this paints a far darker ending altogether,
Yeah, we're never finding that on the first
suggesting the
one.
person controlling the boy was in fact simply a scientist working for the organization all along. The scientist took control of the boy and put him through a series of challenges which would test him both mentally and physically. As he faced these challenges, the boy would become smarter, more aware, and more resilient to his surroundings, and all of this information was being fed directly back into the huddle. By the time the boy disconnected the huddle and it consumed him, it was a fully optimized creation, capable of utilizing all knowledge and skills picked up by the boy on his journey.
Yeah.
An experiment now ready for the final phase of its test, to escape a secure facility. The organization's experiment worked. They had created a fully sentient being, one that could be controlled without the need for a mind control device, one step closer to realizing their end goal, creating a society of people completely under the influence of a single all-powerful dictatorship. And really, that's the social commentary this mysterious game seems to be making all along. An unsettling look at how the few in positions of power like to control the lives of the many without it. Something I'm sure most of us can relate to. And that's it for today's video. Please
Dude. What? I mean, not mystery solved exactly, because, like, I don't know, I feel like there's parts we're still missing. Kojimbo? Yojimbo. Oh man, I would love to watch that with you guys. Mella's controlling us already. I'm not, and that's, no. No! Liar. Oh, hi. Jimbo, Yojimbo. Real treasure was the ball sacks we found along the way. Blah! Thank you. It is still open to interpretation. I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird that some scientists were helping. I thought they were helping because they wanted them to, like, get out of here, you scrote. He didn't even talk about the model, the giant model on the hill in the lab. That was actually the final scene, and hence that. But I like it. 400 hours? That can't be true. Long. So we couldn't play it in one day. Average playtime is 4.5. Maybe half of it? So is it... So basically it's a different story than this one, correct? You can play 400 hours in one day. I have faith in you, Mel. Stop it! You're being nonsensical. Limbo, the giant spiders. Giant spiders?! Yes, it has spiders. Are they big spiders? No! Never mind. Ha 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 ha. Ha! Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. I'm gonna put on a different one. I'm gonna put on a different one. I want to hear more about the other stuff. So you mentioned on a hill? It's loading. The spiders keep the mosquitoes away. I don't care if they kept leopards away. Limbo and inside a shared universe. I feel like that wasn't comprehensive enough. There has to be way more. A close reading includes a visual story. Okay, this one is inside a close reading of Playdead's visual storytelling. Inside it explained. Okay. How about... Oh, for Inside, I keep getting Bo Burnham, his special on Netflix. Alternate ending. Okay, here's one. Copy link. Okay, let's try this. Alright, let's do this shit.
Who would have thought that such a multi-layered story could be crafted without a single word of dialogue? A story that raises questions about the nature
Oh yeah, there
of the human
isn't any
mind as
dialogue,
well as
is
where
there?
we, as a society, are headed. After playing Inside, I found myself surprised that nobody has really attempted this before, because it just makes so much sense. Think
What?
about it. Multi-layered stories can be crafted in such a way that scholars analyze them for decades, but the analysis can only go as far as the author permits. What makes Inside unique is that without dialogue, there are bottomless gaps that pop up in the narrative, and we must use our imagination to fill in those gaps. And unlike the limits set by an author, our imagination is infinite. Because of this choice in narrative, the theories that have
Imagination is
germinated online
infinite.
these past couple of weeks have been fascinating. Seeing where people's minds go to try and justify their perspective is almost as fascinating to me as the existence of bubbles to a newborn baby. Now, there might be a couple of you saying, well, it's pretty obvious what the story of Inside is about. It's about mind control in an Orwellian dystopia. Yes, that's the basic foundation the story sets itself upon, but the heights, or depths, the story goes to when you consider specific elements of the game are, like I said, infinite. Today what I'm going to do is take everything I've read online and compile them into one big super theory that tries to explain as much as possible about the world and story of Inside. Due to the nature of the game, there's bound to be lots of disagreement, so I encourage you to take to the comments at any time and prove me wrong. And of course, there are massive spoilers ahead.
Spoilies!
So as I previously mentioned, the basic plot of this game seems easy enough to understand. You are in a dystopian world where a fascistic organization is rounding up the populace and transferring them to a facility where they can be a part of their evil mind control experiments. The imagery chosen conjures up images of Nazi Germany when the Jewish population was rounded together and sent off to concentration camps.
That's really
The ultimate
sad.
goal of all this seems to have been the creation of that giant school cafeteria meatball we see at the end. There is the obvious explanation that the meatball was a hive mind used by the organization to extend their control, and then the meatball went rampant and
escaped its prison by the end. It's not a meatball, it's a ball sack of feet.
However, there are certain holes and visual cues that cause myself as well as many other players to feel a bit hollow. There were too many things that weren't given a direct explanation. What were those long-haired monsters trying to suffocate you during the underwater sequences? What were those pods with the glowing light that we saw in the forest? What is with that diorama? To try and answer all these questions, let's start from the beginning. So, this unknown red-shirted kid appears from off-screen and starts running through the forest much like the beginning of Limbo. The first thing we happen upon is a truck containing a bunch of people as well as these hatch-looking things. The first thing you ask yourself is, what is inside of them? Well, if you play on to a point later in the game, you notice a part where there are 3 drones occupying one of these hatches, suggesting the device's purpose. What you will also notice is that these hatches, when they are turned on and have a light shining through the window, tend to exclusively appear in a forest, or at least where greenery is present. Yes, they appear in the facility as well, but they are only turned on in a non-industrial setting. There are a couple of theories that have sprung up online suggesting that the drones are grown inside these hatches and then shipped off to the facility where they can be relegated to their various jobs. Otherwise, how would the organization manage to round up a truckload of people out in the middle of nowhere in a post-apocalyptic world that seems to be suffering from some sort of population crisis? Speaking of which, notice how in the opening sections of the game everything is completely deserted? There are cars that have been absorbed into the earth. Everything seems to be in complete decay, and it seems the world has been this way for a long time. Maybe the reason why these drones are being created is because there is some sort of population crisis, and there are not enough people around to maintain a healthy economy or a pleasant aesthetic for their city. So, there had to be an organization that would resort to barbaric, unethical means to maintain some semblance of social order. In order to desensitize the coming generation to this reality, the parents that still exist felt it would be helpful to bring their kids on a trip to this facility to see how everything functions. It's horrifying and uncomfortable, but it's the way things have to be. Moving along through the game, you'll notice that there is a lot of water. Playing through the game, I asked myself why so much of the facility is underwater, and why does that portion of the facility look so dilapidated?
Yeah,
if this place is run by the guys trying to maintain order, they're sure not doing a good job regulating themselves. The most obvious explanation is that some sort of post-apocalyptic event caused the bottom to flood, but that just doesn't satisfy me. After all, there's use of water in more controlled environments throughout the game. I believe the explanation for all this lies in those freaky-looking, naked baby mannequin things. I believe that these things were failed attempts at creating a hive mind. I believe the facility tried to suspend them in water and experiment on them until they went rampant and destroyed the place. Hence such a large portion of the facility being destroyed as well as underwater. On top of this, I believe that these creatures are an extension of the will of the hive mind. Think about it. The last creature you encounter attaches you to a plug that gives you the ability to swim underwater as well as order drones around without the need of a helmet. Now you might be saying, but what about the other creatures before that one? It seems like they're trying to drown you. Is that the will of the hive mind? I believe that the ones trying to drown the boy were just displaced due to the flooding and destruction below. You can view these creatures much like the drones, as cogs in a much larger machine. If displaced, they're like watering cans in a desert. These creatures' sole purpose was to aid the boy on his journey to the hive mind. But wait a minute, wouldn't that imply that there was some anticipation that the boy would come? Exactly.
Have a good day, Calmian.
There is an alternate ending to this game that you can attain after you find all those glowing orbs. If you remember the cornfield section at the beginning of the game, there's a secret passageway that you can access that will bring you to an underground bunker. There you will see a helmet.
Yeah, even if we found the bunker, I wouldn't have known all the Konami code.
If the boy unplugs this power cable, what happens? He assumes the position of the drones, implying that he is being controlled by something as well. But what? Well, what if it's the meatball? What if the meatball has gained enough self-awareness to control the consciousness of a boy under his network of control.
I guess it's all,
and guide
like-
him into the facility so that the boy may free it.
The kid doesn't seem like just a kid. Like at the point where he knows the code to go, well, one, in the cornfield, okay. Knowing to go down there, really, really sus. Maybe 5%, like, okay, he found it randomly. Fine. But knowing the code to get inside and then pulling out the cord, yeah, he's controlled by someone. That covers it instantly. Not even a question. How would he have known the code in the first place? Exactly. Yeah. No other explanation. He's controlled.
But
By the ball
if
sack.
that's true, why would there be an alternate ending where the boy unplugs himself? How would that be the will of the hive mind? Well, we'll get to that in a moment. What's even creepier than this, however, is the fact that there is evidence
This
to
makes you
suggest
hungry?
that the facility anticipated the boy's arrival, as well as the hive mind's escape. The least obvious example is that there are people in vans searching for the boy, even though it isn't suggested that the boy was drawing attention to himself prior to his first appearance in the woods. What if the
Punch!
facility anticipated this because the boy going rogue?
Punch, thank you for $10. Thank you, Punch. Ah! Thank you, Punch, for $10. Hi, Mel. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I am. Thank you. And thank you, Albert, for 333. The game is open to interpretation, just like your mom's legs last night. You happy with yourself? She's an ugly crier. I'm not an ugly crier. I'm a delightful crier. How dare you? Why are they bullying me? That's so mean. Like, even upon reflection, open to interpretation, like your mom's legs last night. There is so much. I wish I could, probably I shouldn't write it on the screen because that's inappropriate. But, okay, one, open to interpretation. So my mom's legs are spread, but you're still like, I'm not totally sure what's going on. Is that what you mean? Open for interpretation? Like, what kind of genitals are these? It's really so ambiguous, I can't tell. Is that what you mean? She was naked in front of you holding a bottle of wine and covered in sushi and or chocolate, maybe chocolate sushi. But you weren't sure if she was coming on to you or not. It was pretty vague. That could have just been a thing she does. And it was last night, making me think, well, you have a prior relationship with my mother. Last night was surprising. What was different about it? What? I need to know. There are levels to this. Are you my real dad? Pay for college. I want to learn about stuff. I was not coming on to my mom. Stop it. Don't be weird. Thank you, Scourge, for 1,500 bits. No college for you. No! Scourge, thank you for 1,500 bits. Here, have some bits as well as an obligatory these genitals joke. Why is it obligatory? It's not. It's not obligatory. You're obliged to be kindly. Not genitally. Genitally speaking, that's unnecessary. That's a redundant ball sack. When you get more than what you bargained for. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Siri. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you, Race Queen, for 1,500 bits. Hey Mel, hope you're having a wonderful stream. Wish you have a good evening. By the way, open for interpretation. Spreading your mom means probably making peanut butter and jelly sandwich with you. Oh, so it's an idiom for making sandwiches. Thank you. Thank you very much. I knew it. Thank you, Finity, for 1,000 bits. Damn, Mel's going in. That's what your mom said this morning over brunch. Man, it was good. Jealous haters, all of you. Punch, thank you for another $10. That mom got the 5-dimensional cube pussy. That's a 5D puss right there, man. That's how you pog proper. Thank you for your friend for tier 3 for 2 months. Hey Mel, how are you today? I rolled a 1. So I'm waiting for the apocalypse. How are you? What do you mean? Waiting for failure, unless I've already arrived. Do you play Apex? Because we know the game and we're gonna play it. Yeah, I don't play Apex. It looks too hard for me. A melody of crying. It's just a constant state of failure. Good morning, failure. Who am I biting? Who made Melody cry? Yeah! People. All of them. Cumulatively. It's basically a hive mind on here. Where everyone wants me to be aware that most of them have nuts. And that there's a pair of them. And they're presenting them to me. And I should receive them fondly? I don't know what the purpose is for trolling someone. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? 10 hours of Melody crying compilation. Oh my god, easy to do. You just put a little microphone under me and I'll watch like all of Angel Beats. And we're good. There you go. That's a roll. That's a wrap. Do you know... Do you know Outer Wilds? Any chance of you playing it? I have a dream of seeing everyone I like playing that game. Outer Wilds. Why does that feel like a board game? Why does it make me think of relevant to D&D? Angel Beats makes me cry like a baby. Angel Beats makes me cry like a little bitch! It's a space game. Oh, yeah, I don't know it. Like a little bitch.
Would show up as an anomaly in their network. It would make sense seeing the boy is most likely a drone as well. So they would have to go out and search for him in a place that seems pretty much devoid of any other human beings expressing free will. Also, isn't it kind of weird that there was this audience of people towards the end, sitting in a theater with a giant hole in the floor and bait ready to go? But the most obvious example that a lot of people miss is the diorama you see during the breakout sequence. It is an exact replica of the meatball's final resting place.
It is!
People will overlook this part, and when they get to the ending, they'll feel a sense of relief that this oppressed little ball is now free, bathing under those holy rays of light that are somehow resting in the same place as that diorama.
Oh my fuck. Oh my god.
Hold up. Natural light doesn't work like that. Unless the facility anticipated this happening. And the false sense of security some people have felt from this ending is just another form of the facility's control. So, finally, with all of this information in mind, we ask ourselves what the purpose of all this is. The answer lies in the alternate ending. I believe that the whole game is a controlled experiment by the facility. Everything from the beginning in the forest to the end under the light. The whole purpose of this experiment is to create a hive mind that will draw the strongest of the remaining human population to it, so it can grow and become even more controlling, even if it results in devastation and destruction.
Oh.
The fac-
Yeah. Wilma, thank you for $6.90. What if the real ball sack was the human centipede of friends who we... Ooh. Stop it! You need to go in timeout immediately. It's the second time human centipede was brought up to me today. Punch, thank you for $50. I haven't been able to catch a stream because I work second shift. I'm really happy to see you today. Punch. Thank you. Same Punch. Oh. Second shift represent. Where's my graveyard people? I'm that Xander guy from earlier. An MT named Sazua. Melody Shrimp. Hi, Xander. Plot twist. Until 7 p.m. MT. Oh. I've been working graveyard for the last 8 years. Oh, shit. Have you ever met a skeleton? But like a real one? Not like literally, but I mean like a sentient. Does a former grave work? Yes. I wasn't a graveyard shift, but I wanted to be in a graveyard from working where I used to work because I did music. Ah, that makes sense. Some people are night birds. Some are day birds. That's a really bad example. Everyone's different. A skelly boy. Yeah! Like Silver's bro. Or, wait, was that corpse? Corn. Aw, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m. Man. Do you eat cereal at the end of that? Or is it too late? When's too late to eat food? Oh, you know, I started watching Death and Debts. Dude, it was fun. It was fun. It was very fun. It was fun. Dude. It was fun. It's never too late for cereal. Fair enough. I'm getting only never. You all, I swear. You snackers. I like snacking too. What's your favorite snacks? Thank you again, Punch, for $50. Nom nom. Yes. Chips. Snack cakes. Snack cake. Vodka. Oh. Girl Scout cookies. Oh. Pork tamales. Goldfish. Oh. Brownies. Doritos with chili lemon, hands down. Blueberry muffins. Snicker bars. Cake or death. Oh. Cupcakes. Sriracha peanuts. Oh, that's interesting. Strawberry cookies. Chips and salsa. Milano. Bagels. Onion and sour cream chips. Pie. Ooh, I like pies. Man, this is making me hungry and I can't eat. Chocolate milk. Chalky milk! Banana moon pies. Banana chips. A scone. How do you like your scones? Scones are complicated. They're supposed to be a proper scone. Will go crumbly all over your clothes and on the floor. That is a scone or a biscuit. And if it's any other way, then it is wrong, and you should feel bad. Oreos. Crumpet. Sugar-free ice cream. Oh, you poor thing, you. There's a thing in Brazil called pão de queso. What if cheese? Wheat thins are good. Boston cream pies. Ow. Ow! I bashed my arm. Cheese bread. Ow. Stop hitting yourself. No! I hurt my arm. Cheese Danny. Cheese Danny! The most dangerous of pastries. Sugar-free ice cream is still sweet. Alright. Well, I hope you like it. It's made with spider sugar. It doesn't hurt the spiders. You're gonna heal me? Horchata. Horchata. That is a flavor of the gods. Give my arm a kiss. It hurt. Quesadillas. You guys are making me hungry. This is
Facility will
dangerous.
continue to repeat this experiment
It's
in
dangerous.
perpetuity until the end of time, unless the hive mind realizes,
Of
much
course.
like Joshua did in war games, that the only winning move in this struggle for control is not to play, which, eventually, it does.
Wow. Creepy. What doing? We are watching behind the scene, like lore, learning about from inside a game we played yesterday. You know what we never actually looked into? We never fully, at least me. I want to know the lore behind Portal 2. A year later, am I right? Year and a half. This looks funny. Copy link. Maybe I should send it to the mods first to see if Portal 2 was written by a bot. It's probably fine. It wouldn't be number 1 if it was terrible, right? Right? Space. Wanna go to space? Should be okay, probably. Space. I think you were fine. Well, you got into the part where they talk about the dice for, huh? Has anyone seen if Portal 2 was written by a bot? Portal... No, that's Half-Life. Is it okay, Quirky? Okay, I just don't want like a giant dick to pop out or something. I mean, not on Twitch. Okay, I'll trust you. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Chell wakes up from her really long nap time and is being stared at by a British wisdom core named Wheatley, who tries to get her to speak, but she does not like that. The core attached to an old rail and tried to get Shell to walk through her door, but she was still tired and fall down onto a room with a portal gun. Time for testing, said that core, who was ready to kill her. Shell ran excitedly to an empty room where she shot the walls so she could walk through them to get to an elevator. Wheatley loses his cruddy head when Shell finds an immobile robot who tried to poison Shell with bad gas but failed miserably. GLaDOS wakes up from death thanks to good manufacturing practices and threatens to kill Shell with lasers and fire. Shell is utterly unhappy with GLaDOS, so she puts Wheatley into her face to try and change her mind. Then Wheatley goes crazy and turns GLaDOS into a potato with conversion rocks and computer subjects and throws them both down a really, really big hole. Shell lands on the floor without dying and impales GLaDOS onto her gun and runs into the room with the blue gel that makes her bouncy.
Proceed faster, please.
Said the angry potato woman. Shell finds a big room with lots of paintings of an old man who talks about lemons, science, and murder.
Burn your house down!
And she begins to portal through it. Wheatley shows up and shows Shell a strange facility with turret babies and thousands of metallic tubes and a catapult that launches Shell into his evil lair where he keeps his dead employees.
I think I have an idea.
Says GLaDOS, still a potato.
Let's switch heads with the stupid ones.
Shell smiles wide at the thought of this. Shell starts chucking old dumb heads at Wheatley until one finally attaches to Wheatley's body, but it doesn't work. Wheatley gets annoyed by this, so he starts exploding the facility and tries to blow up Michigan, but Shell decides that instead she can blow up the moon. Wheatley shoots air and metal at Shell and she portals it into the sky at the moon, and Wheatley is sucked into space along with it.
Space.
She starts to celebrate, but she learns it is not time to cheer yet, though, because she falls asleep again. But painfully this time. She wakes up next to a full-bodied GLaDOS, who doesn't like women in her head, and decides to go outside on a walk. She stands in a big open field, where she sees a small shack, which she thinks is a bathroom, and sighs a breath of relief. It's been too long, she said before smiling and opening the door, only to find a burnt friend cube sitting there next to a door that says, Aperture Laboratory Door. She is really sad and walks off into the overgrowth, slowly towards the sun.
Not a friend cube. Michigan is safe.
This cinema is over.
That was very funny. Thank you, Free Gamer, tier 3 for 17 months. Holy heck, 17 months now. I own Mel 17 Pizza. That is true. If anyone corrects you, they're liars. That is absolutely fact. That's science fact. I'm gonna go with this person. See what other things he has made. That was quite funny to me. Portal, but the entire game is Google translated. You want to test it? Half-Life 2 if Gordon didn't exist. Skyrim, but we're terrible parents. Far Cry, Alex. Damn, there's a lot to pick from. Okay, I'm gonna go with... Yeah, I'm gonna go with Portal, but the entire game is Google translated, and just watch it a little bit and see how I feel. Copy link. Link in the description. Ah. Okay, you guys ready? Half-Life Full Life Consequences is great. Half-Life Full Life Consequences? Okay. If it's funny, I'm down for some funny. Half-Life Full Life Consequences. Reanimated? Alright. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, let's see what we're working with. Copy link. Let's do it. Ready?
John Freeman, who was Gordon Freeman's brother, was one day in an office typing on a computer. He got an email from his brother that said that aliens and monsters were attacking his place and asked him for help. So he went. John Freeman got his computer shut down and went on the platform to go up to the roof of the building where he left his motorcycle and normal people's clothes because he was in his office lab coat. John Freeman got on his motorcycle and said, "It's time for me to live up to my family name and face full life consequences." So he had to go. John Freeman ramped off the building and did a backflip and landed. He kept driving down the road and made sure there was no zombies around because he didn't have weapons. The countryside were nice, and the plants were singing, and the birds and the sun was almost down from the top of the sky. The moon was set for John Freeman's quest to help his brother where he was. John Freeman looked around the countryside and said, "It's a good day to do what has to be done by me and help my brother to defeat the enemy." So John Freeman was late, so he had to drive really fast. A cop car was hidden nearby, so when John Freeman went by, the cops came and wanted to give him a ticket. Here John Freeman saw the first monster because the cop was possessed and had head crabs. "I can't give you my license, officer," John Freeman said. "Why not?" said the head crab officer back to John Freeman. "Because you are a head crab zombie." So John Freeman shot the officer in the head and drove off thinking, "My brother is in trouble there," and went faster.
My brother is in trouble there!
At the speed of sound and got there fast because Gordon needed him where he was. John Freeman looked at road signs and saw Raven Home with some on writing under it saying, "You shouldn't come here."
Oh
John
no!
Freeman almost turned around but heard screaming like Gordon, so he went faster again. John Freeman drove in and did another flip and jumped off his motorbike, and the motorbike took off some head crab zombies in front of John Freeman. John Freeman smiled and walked fast. John then looked on the ground and found weapon, so he picked it up and fired fast at zombie ghosts in front of a house. John Freeman said, "Zombie ghosts, leave this place." And the zombie ghosts said, "But this is our house." And John Freeman felt sorry for them because they couldn't live there anymore because they were zombie ghosts. So he blew up the house and killed the zombie ghosts, so they were at peace. Then John Freeman heard another scream from his brother, so he went really faster to get where he was.
Walking really faster to get where he was.
Countryside, there was no birds singing, and the plants were dead, and
Oh,
the dirt
no!
was messy and bloody from head crabs. When John Freeman got to where the training was started, he found his brother, Gordon Freeman, fighting the final boss. And Gordon said, "John Freeman, over here!" So John Freeman went there to where Gordon Freeman was fighting. John Freeman fired his bullets from the gun really fast, and the bullets went and shot the final boss in the eyes, and the final boss couldn't see. Gordon Freeman said, "It's time to end this once and for all," and punched the final boss in the face, and the final boss fell. John Freeman said, "Thanks, I could help, bro." And Gordon Freeman said, "You should come here earlier next time," and they laughed. Over quickly, though, because John Freeman yelled, "Look out, bro!" and pointed up to the top of the sky. Gordon Freeman looked up and said, "No!" John Freeman, "Run out of here as fast as you can!" And John walked real fast out. John looked back and saw Gordon get stepped on by the next boss, and he was mad and angry. "I'll get you back, evil boss!" John Freeman yelled at the top of lungs. To be continued.
The horror! The horror! Okay, guys, I made a very important realization upon watching this and the one before. I love them. Garry's mod is delightful. This is my shitty humor. I need more. This is canon. Gmod Animations was a special place in... You? Thank you, Pick, for 1,000 bits! Gorgeous Freeman is a hilarious series of videos if you like this type of humor. Gorgeous Freeman. Oh my. Oh my. Oh. Oh. Gorgeous Freeman, episode 1. Alright. I'll trust you. Copy link. Pew, pew, pew. Oh. Those mouths. Thank you, Okami, for 1,000 bits. Look up VTubers. What's VTuber? VTuber. Ah. It's a plant. It's not gorgeous at all. Fun fact, this was named by a French guy too. Aw, shit. Looks like Nick Cage got hit with Joker gas. I'd say it looks like Tom Cruise got hit with Joker gas. That's your Tinder picture. Oh. You must be lousy with pussy. Left and right. Leaking from the ceiling. Anyway. Head crabs are disgusting, just so you know. Ugh, so, oh god, okay. You sure this is okay? 'Cause maybe not. Yeah, I've seen Hazbin Hotel. It's on YouTube. A lot of things are on YouTube, like naked yoga. It's fine. I don't know. Yes, it's okay. I don't know. I have never seen this. Hey, I don't know. Dear mods, what do you think? Time to speed watch it then, hey. It's called Gorgeous Freeman. Old poop humor. Ew. Have you seen Unbiased History of Rome? That sounds like something up my alley. I haven't shown my TikTok pants yet. I'm gonna tease it. I'm a teasy. Interesting. I guess I know what you guys are gonna be sending next media share, and I'm excited. Salad fingers? Oh, that gross thing? I think. Punch! Thank you for another $50. If you want more funny Gmod animations, Dabo Schmidt's Gmod Idiot Box is really funny. Okay, thank you for putting it in the note. Now I can access it. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, thank you. Ah, thank you. Das Bo? What? Thank you. Idiot Box is amazing. Oh god. Thank you, Sayek, for 1,000 bits. If you're looking up Gmod videos, Duck Shoes by Anonymous, and it's safe for Twitch. Duck Shoes. I want to know if this is safe for Twitch. Oh, well, thank you for joining me. Hi, welcome. History of the entire world, I guess? Probably? Anything from Anonymous. Ah. Apparently it has copyright music. All of my VODs are stricken. They're all stroked. Yes, Gorgeous Freeman is safe for Twitch. Had to copyright music in the... Let me look. Ask Creed. Enter the... Idiot box is a derogatory term for TV. I didn't know there was slurs for television. Anonymous is great. How do you all know this stuff and I don't know all this stuff? I don't know. I'll probably just play... Science team knows things. I didn't say that. Your chat is filled with boomers, Mel. Boomers are fine. Nothing wrong with boomies. You guys give me all the good shit. I'm gonna play it. Thanks, guys.
Don't worry, I won't look.
Those eyes! What?
You gonna let Gordon throw the switch?
This looks exactly like when I played Half-Life.
Hey, yeah.
It's the same thing.
Well, that's a tremendous relief. Gordon, as soon as you're in position, we'll send you to Eli's. Gordon? Please, Gordon, put on your suit.
Power armor is for pussies.
Oh, dear.
Oh my god. Look at that posterior.
Let's play Anonymous. let's play. Anonymous. Duck shoes. I'll trust you. Safer. Copy link. Let's do this shit, man. Let's do this shit. Out of my way. Oh no, his shoes are ducks. Is that what the 2000s was? Is that just what that was? $2010. Wow. Why? Wow. I don't... Wait. Wow. I want more source film. Oh, I guess I have to go backwards. Ah, Deadwater Gaming. Oh yeah, I wanted to try where'd it go? I wanted to try the Half-Life written by a one second. Let me see. Written by a bot. Okay, I found Half-Life 2, but written by a bot. That's number 2. Ah! Half-Life 2. Okay, here it is. Come back, motherfucker! Actually, this could be interesting. I don't know if you guys have seen copy link. I don't know if you guys have seen iRobot. I've seen it many times.
Welcome
/red.
to I, Wobot. Bubbles, water, laws, reading. Naked Will Smith.
That is true.
More product placement, but on a robot, which Will pushes away because he hates robots. Well, at least take the fucking package, dipshit. It's Chicago, 2035. They got robots and shit, and a new model coming out that's called the Noise 5. Shia LaBeouf comes along, throws Detective Spoons a ball, which he does not catch, and Shia just forgets about it and talks to him about some pussy. Understand that you just threw away perfectly good ball, right? Like, you're never getting that back. That shit's definitely stolen by now. Like, what a waste. Spooner goes to his grandma, eats some pie, then he leaves and sees a robot running away with a purse, so he goes,
"Hold my pie. Sir, hold it or wear it."
What?
Put it on the damn ground, you retard. It's not like he's gonna wait for you. It's not
Language!
Doesn't matter. He runs after the robot, jumps down some stairs, and catches it, and it drops a purse.
Bad language. No. Bad. Bad. No. Bad language. Yeah. I agree, Monica. What bad just words not kill you? No. I didn't know. I say penis a lot because it comes from the heart. But not words to hurt others. Penis, 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 penis. 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 It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday! You're gonna make me angry. Stop it. I have an idea. I don't know if this is bad, but we shall find out.
Then we see this lady take...
No. We are learning.
In his youth, Cave Johnson became a successful business entrepreneur. In 1943, he founded Aperture Fixtures, a shower curtain developer and manufacturer. Much of Johnson's early success came from Aperture Fixtures, and with the company developing high-tech shower curtains for most branches of the United States military as well as the public, Johnson soon became a billionaire. Making use of his new wealth, in 1944, Johnson purchased a huge salt mine in Upper Michigan, whose tunnels extended over 4 kilometers below the surface. Here, the main Aperture Fixtures facility was constructed, the underground caverns. Following this, in 1947, Johnson decided to take a more broad scientific approach to Aperture Fixtures, and promptly renamed the company Aperture Science. Johnson began to focus on experimental physics as a new direction for the company, and although Johnson was well known for his unorthodox approach to science, Aperture Science received an award for Best New Science Company the same year. By the 1950s, Aperture Science was prospering. Within the Aperture Science Enrichment Center, Johnson took an active role in the company's testing of products, making voice announcements and pre-recorded messages to address the test subjects that consisted of specially selected astronauts, Olympians and war heroes. Johnson was aided by his assistant, Carolyn, during this time, who remained loyal to him for decades to come. By this time, Aperture was in the process of developing the quantum tunneling device, and various prototypes were utilized in the many test chambers rapidly constructed in Test Shaft 09 and beyond. Everything seemed to be working in his favor. However, in the 1960s, Aperture's financial boom period had passed, and with countless products stuck in the testing phase, as well as many being pulled from the shelves for violating health and safety regulations, Aperture was beginning to struggle. In 61, Johnson ordered the lower areas of Test Shaft 09 to be sealed off to hide the highly unethical experiments Aperture had been conducting. In 68, Aperture Science was involved in the US Senate hearings regarding astronauts going missing following their participation in testing. Later the same year, Aperture was declared bankrupt. As a result, the company could no longer afford esteemed members of society for testing, and instead resorted to collecting homeless people from the street. These subjects were offered $60 for their services, and offered an additional $60 if the subjects would allow themselves to be disassembled and then reassembled in the name of science. Johnson was quite bitter about Aperture's bankruptcy, and did not attempt to hide his dislike for the homeless people he was forced to hire. He blamed Black Mesa for Aperture's financial troubles, claiming that the rival company was stealing their ideas, but he could not come up with the support he needed for these accusations. And while Black Mesa continued to flourish, Aperture declined. By October 1976, Johnson had Aperture branch out in its selection of low-risk test subjects to include child orphans, psychiatric patients, and the elderly. He then laid out a 3-tier plan for the future of the company. The Heimlich countermaneuver, the Take-A-Wish Foundation, and most notably, the Portal Project, which gives birth to the development of the Aperture Science handheld portal device, also known as the ASHPD. Testing for the Portal Project called for the construction of the Enrichment Center, a large area of the Aperture laboratories underground, consisting of test chambers and offices, where the test subjects tested the ASHPD. By the 1980s, Aperture remained in financial turmoil. Desperate for a successful new product, in 1981, Johnson purchased approximately $70 million worth of moon rocks for use in further mobility gel development, despite not having nearly enough to cover the costs, as he was told that he could barely afford $7 worth of moon rocks, let alone 70 million. Upon discovering that the moon dust served as a remarkable portal conductor, Johnson took an active role in its implementation into conversion gel. However, during the development of the conversion gel, Johnson contracted a severe illness as a result of his prolonged exposure to the moon dust, which slowly but severely damaged his lungs and caused both of his kidneys to fail. In response to Aperture's continued struggle for test subjects amidst financial turmoil, Johnson made testing mandatory for all employees. He stated that this dramatically raised the quality of the test subjects, but dramatically reduced employee retention. As a result, he finally moved to phase out human testing. During this time, Johnson continued to make pre-recorded messages over the intercom system. However, few were on the subject of testing, and instead addressed employees about the future of the company, many having Johnson raging over his imminent despise. Desperate to cheat death, in 1982, Johnson ordered his engineers and technicians to begin research and development on a computer system that could store his consciousness. However, should the system be completed after his death, Johnson ordered that his ever-loyal assistant, Carolyn, would succeed him as CEO of Aperture and have her consciousness uploaded instead, regardless of any protest that she might have. Later in 1982, Johnson died while the AI technology was still in the research phase. In 1986, Aperture Science began to hear of a similar portal technology being developed by Black Mesa. To counter this, construction of the first genetic lifeform and disk operating system, also known as GLaDOS, began in Aperture laboratories, with the aim to accelerate the Portal project based off the artificial intelligence research started years before. 11 years later, in 1997, the construction of GLaDOS was near completion. As a failsafe, the Aperture Science Red Phone plan was implemented in the event that GLaDOS became sentient and dangerous. This required an employee to sit by a red phone on a desk in the entrance hall of the central AI chamber. Carolyn's memories are uploaded to the system shortly after this, following Cave Johnson's orders. It is presumed that she died while merging with GLaDOS, although this is not documented. A year later, in 1998, GLaDOS was activated, but her memories of being Carolyn were suppressed or locked.
It was intentional, though, that she'd said that Whately was made to make her dumb or to like drive her crazy.
Away in hidden files, and as a result, she attempted to kill everyone within 1/16th of a picosecond after activation. She was rapidly turned off again several times by Aperture technicians. Despite this, it didn't stop them trying to activate her. Undaunted, the scientists began attempts to alter GLaDOS's personality and curb her murderous tendencies by
You can't do that. That's a person. This is some Black Mirror shit.
adding various personality cores to her system. At a later point in GLaDOS's construction, Doug Ratman, an Aperture Science employee, went to see his colleague Henry while he was designing a morality core for GLaDOS. Doug asked him what it was, to which Henry answered that it was the latest AI inhibition technology, that it would act on GLaDOS as her conscience. Ratman believed it was insufficient to stop her murderous intentions, arguing that you can always ignore your conscience. Sometime later that year, GLaDOS was activated on Aperture Science's first annual Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, which ended in an unspecified disaster. Shortly after this disaster, GLaDOS was fitted with the morality core. Eventually, GLaDOS claimed to have lost all interest in killing, now only craving science and wanting to study and experiment with consciousness. She announced that she wanted to perform an experiment on the company's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day using cats and boxes. She claimed that she would have all the necessary materials. All she still needed was a little neurotoxin. The scientists agreed reluctantly, figuring it would be fine as long as it was
fine, just need a little neurotoxin.
In May,
That's
possibly
fine.
of 2003, GLaDOS was activated as one of the planned activities on Aperture's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. A young girl called Shell took a part in this, as she was a daughter of one of the employees there. GLaDOS became hostile once more. and within 2 picoseconds, she had locked down the entire facility, trapping all inside and flooding the facility with the neurotoxin she requested for the experiment. GLaDOS then began a permanent testing cycle using the captive Aperture employees, aiming to beat Black Mesa in the race for the portal technology. She effectively lost this race on May 16th to Black Mesa, although their technology started an invasion of the planet. Meanwhile, the number of Aperture employees dwindled through the ensuing weeks of testing. The last surviving employee, Doug Ratman, managed to avoid captivity as a result of his paranoia and schizophrenia. Ratman's schizophrenia caused him to consider the companion cube as his consciousness, which allowed him to navigate through the facility safely, avoiding the turrets that GLaDOS had placed for him. He got a hunch about a test subject, Shell, who he thought might make a difference. He made his way to the file room and looked at her file. It said that she should never be tested, as she is abnormally stubborn and never gives up, ever. Convinced that she was the one he needed to stop GLaDOS, he put her name to the top of the test subject list, so that she would be the first to be picked in the next test. Ratman spent the next several months surviving in the test chambers and maintenance areas of Aperture. Having only 2 antipsychotic pills left, he kept them for the day that GLaDOS would wake Shell. Consequently, he began to lose his sanity as his schizophrenia completely took him over. He spent hours scribbling on walls, painting murals, graffiti, arrows, and hints for the day Shell would wake up and try to escape. He became more obsessed with his companion cube, his source of advice and logic. In 2010, Shell is awakened in her relaxation vault. Here, the events of Portal take place. Shell is guided through the Aperture facility by GLaDOS, utilizing the completed Aperture Science handheld portal device. Shell finds the facility showing clear signs of decay and neglect, with GLaDOS showing signs of instability. Shell later comes across hidden alcoves in the chamber walls, finding the desperate messages written previously by Doug Ratman. Ratman observed from a distance, taking his last 2 pills he was saving for this day. At the conclusion of Shell's testing, instead of the cake she had been promised, she is met with an incinerator from which she narrowly escapes. Here, GLaDOS reveals her true murderous nature. Shell makes her way through the decaying maintenance areas of the facility in an attempt to escape. After many ambushes by GLaDOS and her sentry turrets, Shell finds herself in GLaDOS's main control center. After destroying GLaDOS's morality core, the robot, now free of her restraints, begins to once again flood the building with neurotoxins. However, Shell manages to incinerate the AI's personality core before being consumed by the toxins. GLaDOS is seemingly destroyed while Shell is thrown outside to the parking lot in a subsequent explosion. Doug follows Shell up to the surface where he sees her being dragged back into the facility by the party escort bot. Against his companion cube's objections, Doug goes back into the facility to save Shell, as he feels responsible for her predicament. Back in the facility, he discovers that Shell has been placed in the Cryo chamber in the relaxation center. He discovers that GLaDOS's explosion blew the main power grid, and so, all of the Cryo chambers are offline. He attempts to reach the Cryo control to rescue Shell, but without the advice of his companion cube, which is no longer talking to him due to the antipsychotic pills he previously took, he is incapable of selecting the right way and is shot in the leg by a turret and falls unconscious. Upon regaining consciousness, he is back into his psychosis, discovering that he can no longer rescue Shell. However, the companion cube tells him that he can save her by patching her cryo chamber into the reserve grid, placing her in stasis for an unspecified amount of time, but saving her from death. After doing so, he goes to sleep in the relaxation vault. GLaDOS's partial destruction is followed by a period of inactivity within the Aperture laboratories, during which time maintenance systems and personality cores maintain their functions. The facility remains in disarray, having become overgrown and dilapidated. An unknown amount of time later, Shell is reawakened by a personality core called Wheatley. He insists that he can secure an escape route out of Aperture laboratories, which instead results in the inadvertent reactivation of GLaDOS, and the testing begins again. Wheatley rescues Shell from the testing course and helps her to GLaDOS's control room, sabotaging GLaDOS's defenses along the way. After an extremely brief confrontation, Wheatley, with Shell's help, is placed in control of the Aperture Science facilities. He immediately becomes mad with power and proceeds to integrate GLaDOS's core with a potato battery. Shell makes her way back to Wheatley's lair, and after a relatively brief battle, puts GLaDOS back in charge. As a token of appreciation, GLaDOS allows Shell to leave Aperture Science and sends her back to the surface. Here, she stands before an endless field of grain, free. Unaware of what has happened to the Earth, during her absence.
Wow. It's sadder than I thought. And aren't the companion cubes like, you know, like, you know? Should we watch a little short one on what the cubes are? It might make people too sad. Wow. I didn't realize all that. That's so sad. And he watched her. He watched us. We played it. Not only did he gloss over Carolyn figuring out who she was because she's like, something, Mr. Johnson, and then it was like, wait, what? Yeah, she got she was remembering. Also, the bird. What was the deal with the bird? It was like a Chekhov's bird. What, like, I guess, because it was foreshadowing that there's still life outside, was that basically the indication? Yeah. It was so far beneath the earth. Underground. How did it get down there? Or how did it stay alive down there? Huh? Right? Does anyone know? It had its birdie ways. You know what? That's the best explanation. Birds aren't even real. Ah, yes, the cake give immortality. I'll see if there's one about the bird. It was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Thank you, Monster Mike, for 1,000 bits, and Sergeant Blockbuster for 1,000 bits. Sorry for adjusting this a little late. I had to make a Twitch account. Whoa. But I made a Gmod animation way back in the day. Oh, shit. Personality. And Monster, remember the video about the duck car and the kittens? I found Karameru channel. Here's the title that you can add and drag. It should be the video with the 3 axolotls. Look at videos. Go watch which video? Which one? For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no use crying over every mistake. We just keep on trying till we run out of cake. The science gets done and we make a cool gun for the people who are still alive. Oh. That's very bloody. I don't know. Actually, I will leave it in the corner and I'll watch it myself. Blockbuster. Am I really GLaDOS? No. Nope. And also, I can't search Monster Mike's one because it won't right click. That sucks. I'll have to look manually later. Huh? It's a different one punch. Thank you both very much. Thank you for... I can look up when I'm offline. Hero. Hell yeah, another bird truther. What the hell does that mean? You putting your bird spiricities on me? I don't appreciate that. Man. Also, one punch. Thank you. RS for $50. Okay, that's the history of Aperture. But when do we get to meet John Portal? I'd rather meet John Teacher. Thank you, Brute, for $6.90. Attempted to kill everyone with two blah, 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 within 2 picoseconds of activation, and yet we all continue to bombard a much sophisticated AI with these nuts. Good plan. Solid. Stop it! But true. True. John Teacher, I hardly knew her. Stop it! John Portal, the protagonist of Portal, with his famous catchphrase, I can portal to it. Indubitably. Oh shit, you reminded me with Jonathan Cena. I wonder if we got written back. Maybe, possibly, but probably not. Oh, I need to save that. Save. Blah. Let me see. I did not hear back from Caleb City. We wrote him drunk. Perhaps he will find that endearing. I mean, apple juiced all over the place. Truly, truly apple juiced. He finds it a year later. What's up? What's up? Yeah. Sorry. It's been a long day. I don't know about you, but I want to get in my jammies. I want to get comfortable. Did you guys have a good day? Did you have fun with me? I don't think he's a fool. I think he's funny. Been a great day of streams. What do you mean? There was only this stream and nothing else. Nuh-uh. I'm glad. No, thank you. Thank you. I had a lot of fun today. It was a good day. We may have rolled a 1, but it feels like we rolled at least a 14. It's Sunday? Oh, happy Sunday! It looks like I have little rabbit ears. Tim behind me. Thank you! Whoa. I'm well. Thank you for asking. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line, and we're out of beta, we're releasing on time, so I'm glad I got burned there. For the people who are still alive. I can't hit high notes, yo. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. still alive. I don't know about you, I'm gonna put on my ducky pajamas and watch all gas no brace. And get comfy. How much is me to Twitch nation? Oh, fair enough. Thank you again, one punch for punch. One punchman for $10. Thank you for clarifying. I had a feeling. And thank you, Britis, for 690s. Thank for the lovely stream. Totally not a long-winded marathon. Also, inside was Friday. Yesterday was apple juice chill. Dude, yesterday was kind of like... Are you sure? Did I block off a day? Oh, well. Figured I would say that since you were very convinced otherwise. Edit. Never mind, you figured it out. No, I didn't. I mean, yes, I did. We got clips. Confound your clips! Stop it! I don't like you guys having all this evidence. It's super annoying. Thank you again, Britis, for 690. And thank you, Greg, again for 1,000 bits. You have a great voice. Bubbles! Thank you, Blade Dragon, for 1,000 bits. Hi, ML. It was a great stream. Here's a nature fact for the road. Honeybees spend their life making honey, then die after mating. So a honeybee's life can be summed up as honey, nut, cheerio. Oh. Wow. Is that true for all humans? Oh. Hey, baby. Wanna get together and kill all the humans with me? Phantasma, thank you for $10. Mel, for Inside, I read the game explained as an allegory to the creation process of a game, when the child was the original idea and the freed huddle was the final creation. After all the inputs, the scientists are the devs and the mermaid is the publisher. Whoa. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Are humans like dogs and when they introduce each other, you smell each other's butts? Because I've seen a lot of stuff on the hub. Anyway, that's cool, Phantasma. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. Oh, hi, War Scar. Welcome back. 17 months. Woof! Woof! What? 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 Melody, your search history is terrifying. Tell me about it! Wait, what? No, up here, Half-Life, A World of War, History, and the Bioshock. This is all his related recommended videos. No. My history is terrifying. I hope everyone has a great night. What? 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 Thank you, mods, for spending all the helpful all day. It was a long day. Let me see who I want to raid. Whom I would like to raid, and do not bring your dolphin jelly for his root. Project Melody's on. Ugh, hate her. Corpse Husbo. Wolfie Chew. There's a bunch of people on. Fantastic. Oh, Oh, there's so many people. It's Corpse's birthday? Really? Raid Wolfie. Her reaction would be adorable. If we raid Wolfie, will you be nice and don't be all pervy and rude? You promise? I assured Sweeto that I'm perfectly normal, and I need you guys to reinforce that lie. Okay. Then we shall raid Wolfie Chew! Be good. I'm serious. Don't you dolphin jelly, I swear to God! Be good. Have a good night, folks. Thanks for spending time with me. And thank you for sending suggestions on the comments. Have a good night, guys.